Do you want to learn how to land high-paying B2B clients using LinkedIn? Well, that's great because that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to the Action Chat. I am Craig Severinson from Brightworks PR and Marketing, and this is a very special Action Chat because we're going to be talking about LinkedIn, and I'm going to be telling you exactly how to get clients using that platform. So we're actually going to share our screen today, so you're not going to see much of me. Here we go. And we're going to look at this presentation. And the purpose of today's video is really just to walk you through how you can use LinkedIn to land high-paying B2B clients. And that's it. You know, LinkedIn has a lot of tools, and if we focused on everything it had to offer, it would just take way too long. That being said, if you were to take a comprehensive approach to LinkedIn, it's got the potential to be your all-around marketing tool. Like, you can do thought leadership, you can do brand management, and you can do lead generation using LinkedIn. Today, we're going to focus on purely very simple strategy for landing clients quickly. And in fact, you could put in practice what we talk about this morning and take that and land a client tonight. How does that sound? As a bonus, I'm also going to go over the three most essential parts of your profile in order to get clients as well. So we're going to talk about a very simple strategy to get clients, and then we're also going to, as a bonus, go over three parts of your profile that you need to have in order to land clients. So as you can see from this title screen, you know, this is all based on a service I offer called Clients in Your Inbox. And I'm going to be just straight up with you that I'm not holding anything back. You know, this is the exact strategy I use with my clients to get hundreds of high quality leads month after month. There is a difference though when you do it by yourself, which is what we'll talk about today, and when you work with me. And those differences, you know, there's just three really main differences that I want you to be aware of. One is the scale. When you work with me in the Clients in Your Inbox service, I can do this on a much larger scale than you can do it by yourself, just because of the tools available for me for tracking and for reaching out to your clients. The second is the expertise. I've been doing this for a while. I have proven copy for your outreach, and I just know how to do this really, really well. And the third thing is the hassle. When you work with me, I do all the grunt work, and all you have to do is worry about landing the client. So just keep that in mind as you're going. You know, I'm okay with giving away all of my secrets, because for a lot of you, it's going to make sense to work with me. And for those of you who are kind of on the fence or maybe not ready, by me telling you exactly what to do to get clients, it's actually going to get you to the point where you're going to want to work with me. So honestly, I'm not holding anything back. I'm giving you step by step exactly how to do this. But when you're ready to do it on a larger scale or get my expertise or be hassle-free, then let's talk. And if that seems like something you want to explore, then I'll tell you later how we can get on the phone and talk about that. But right now, let's talk about why LinkedIn. So this is taken straight from LinkedIn's About page. And if you're on the fence about using LinkedIn, you've never done it before, I want to just have you consider the following. First of all, look at that number at the very top there. 467 million members, and they're in over 200 countries, right? And 133 million members just in the US alone, okay? So there are a lot of people on LinkedIn, and who are these people? They're professionals. They're business owners, and they're just working professionals. Along with that stat, I think it's important to note that LinkedIn is growing at a rate of 2 professionals signing up for the service per second. That means your ideal clients are signing up every day for LinkedIn. Now, that's great, but here's the magic of LinkedIn, and this is why I think you should really consider it if you haven't already considered it, and that is LinkedIn allows you to target, connect, and engage with whoever you want to target, connect, and engage with. What other marketing tool can you think of that allows you to do that? To basically build a list of ideal clients and then connect and engage with them. I can't think of any other marketing platform, social or not, that allows you to do this on the level that LinkedIn lets you do it. So if you're looking for B2B clients, I think LinkedIn is just the perfect place. And if you're looking for even not B2B, if you're looking for professional or CEOs or executive level clients, like let's say you're some sort of coach, LinkedIn also is just the great place to do it. Okay, so that's why you should be considering LinkedIn. Let's talk about exactly what we're going to be doing. Okay, we're going to be using what I call my LinkedIn success system, and it looks just like you see here. We're going to target, connect, engage, and enroll our potential ideal clients all through LinkedIn, right? So when we talk about target, what we're really going to do is we're going to actually build a list based on demographics, based on their titles, based on the industry they're in, and we're going to build a list of potential clients. And then we're going to connect with them, right? We're going to send a connection request so that they become, you know, if we were putting this in Facebook terms, which maybe more people are more familiar with, this would be like friending them, right? They become part of your network, your connections. Once we've connected, we're going to engage with them. We're going to talk to them. We're going to build a relationship. And then finally, we're going to enroll them into our services and land the client. This is the recipe for success we're going to follow. Target, connect, engage, enroll. And again, it's going to be very easy for you to do this on your own. And also, if you want to do it in scale, you know, you'll have to probably work with me or with someone else that provides a service like this. But let's walk through each one of these steps, okay? So first, target. So this is LinkedIn. This is the new interface. Right now, LinkedIn is in the middle of implementing this new look that you see right now to LinkedIn. So if you're working with the old interface, the only difference here that you're going to want to worry about is in the middle of the screen, there's going to be a search bar, and right next to that search bar, it's going to say advanced search. That's the only extra step you have to take here if you're on the old interface, is just click advanced search. Otherwise, everyone else, to begin our targeting process, you're going to go up to the search bar in the upper left-hand corner. And in that search field, this is going to be our keyword, right? So you want to choose a keyword that kind of describes who you're going after, right? So in this example, I just typed in the keyword business owner and I pushed enter, and this is the results I got. Now I've blacked out, you can see, you know, these people didn't give me permission to use their names or their photos, so I've blacked out all their information. But what we have here is a list, and you know, I'll click to the next screen, you can see that's what it looks like when we scroll down. It's a list of people that are business owners. Somewhere on their profile, it says owner, right? So look at this number here, 12 million results just for the keyword owner, right? So you can see the potential for finding your ideal clients just in that number right there. But we're going to take this a step further. It's not enough just to have your keyword, and you could change whatever keyword you have here. You could put CEO, you could put freelance, you know, whatever keyword you're looking for, go ahead and put that in and push enter. Then we're going to start using these filters over here on the right side. Now in the old, remember I mentioned if you're in the old interface, you push advanced search and it brings up these filters. So lots of us are confused, you know, the advanced search is gone. Well, okay, the term advanced search is no longer used by LinkedIn, but you can see these are all the filters that LinkedIn used to use. They're all still here. They're just now, you have to push enter on that search bar and then start filling it in over here. So the filters we're going to want to use, right? We're going to want to use for sure this second connection. The very first filter, you know, it says first, second, third plus. We're going to want to click the second connection box. And the reason why is because if you look over here in this list that they've generated, we've got a mix of first connections and second connections in this list. Now the thing is I'm already connected to these first ones, so I don't need them on my list because I'm already connected to them, right? You can tell that they're your first connection because it'll either say first here, or you can tell because the option it gives you is to message them. Now, if we look at a second connection here at the bottom of the screen, we've got a second connection here, and it gives me the option to connect with them, right? And that's what I'm going for. I want a list of second connections to whom I can just push that connect button and send a request. So you can only connect with those that are second connections. And in LinkedIn speak, if you don't know, that basically means it's a connection of your connection, right? You're connected to them by one level of separation. So, what's cool about that is every time you make a new connection, you can connect with all of their connections. So every time you connect with somebody, it opens the door to new connections. So the depth of this tactic is amazing because every time you practice it, you actually get more access to more people. So that's the first filter we're going to use. We're going to want to click second connection right away. And then the rest of the stuff, it's just whatever is going to appeal to you. And the most common ones that I use are the keyword, the second connection, the location, right? And if you don't see your location here listed, you can just push add. And you see on my screen, we've got United States, United Kingdom, Greater New York City area. When you push add, you can add more smaller areas. Like for instance, I could type in Greater St. Louis area and get my local area. And then the third or the last filter that I really want you to pay attention to is this industry filter, right? This one is really important, and you'll just have to take some guesses to see what industry you can find in here. But this is one of the main filters that's going to help you reach those ideal clients. Once you've got all your filters in place, it'll auto-populate this this list, right, as you're pushing it. Each time you push a filter, it'll kind of cycle and refresh this list. And what's great is once you've got all the filters in place, what you'll have is a list of probably about 3,000 people, maybe more or less, depending on the filters. Just mix and match those filters till you get a good amount of people on this list. And they're all going to be second connections, and they're all going to be potential clients for you. So you're literally using LinkedIn search functions to build a cold list of people that could be your potential clients. So once we've done that, the next step is to connect, right? So we've targeted some people, we now have a list, and we're going to start connecting with them. So to do that, all you have to do is simply click this button here next to a second connection that says connect. And when you click that in the old interface, it would just send a request. In this new interface, it's going to shoot up this screen that you see here, right? And it's going to say, hey, if you want to, you can customize this invitation to connect. And quite honestly, this one is up to you. It does actually boost the likelihood of them connecting with you when you do add a note, but not enough that I personally want to take the time to customize each and every invitation. So this really is up to you. If you're doing it by yourself and you're only sending out 10 or 20 invitations a month, you might want to add that personal note just to increase that conversion a little bit. But if you're doing it on any sort of scale, it's not worth your time. Just send the request, just push that send now button. And yeah, some people aren't going to connect, but you know what? The majority of them are going to. It's not a big deal. So, and that's all there is to that second step of connect. You just push connect, you push send now, and bam, you're on your way. So now it's just kind of a waiting game, waiting for them to accept. And as you see that these people are accepting your invitations to connect, what you're going to do, you'll see a notification here in my network, and you'll click on that and you'll see who's connected with you. You see how I've got a little notification there on mine. So when you make a connection, when somebody accepts your request, what we're going to do is we're going to click on this messaging button at the top here. And that's going to take us to this screen here. And this is like an email box, right? Now, a question I get a lot of times is, do I need to buy the premium LinkedIn service? My answer is no. If you want to, that's your choice. But my answer is no, you don't need it. The benefit to having it is that you can send what's called in-mails, and that's basically messages to people you're not connected with. But that's not the point of this strategy. The point of this strategy is to target a list of people and then warm them up. So you want to connect with them so that starts this level of relationship building, right? When you connect with them and they accept, Suddenly they're going to look at your profile, they're going to get to know you a little bit more. So it's a relationship building process. When you do an in-mail, you just don't get that level of intimacy because they can just blow you off. They're not connected with you. So really you don't need the premium service to do this. So when you come here, you see in the upper left-hand corner here, it says messaging, and then there's a little blue box with a blue pencil. When you click on that, you get this screen here. And basically it's just you get to write a new message. And so when you see you've got a new connection, just type in their name here. It'll auto-populate. You click on it, and then you're able to send them a message. So this is where we start the engagement process. What we're doing here is we're trying to build a relationship, right? So you want to keep the messaging very casual, very friendly. Now, I get the question a lot of times, what exactly should I write in this message? And I'm not going to tell you exactly what to write. And the reason why is because I have people who pay me for that information, and I want to be fair to them. But I do want to give you some kind of rules or guidelines to follow, and you're talented enough, you can craft your own message. So again, keep it friendly, keep it casual. The number one thing to avoid is do not try to sell them. Like most marketing tactics, LinkedIn and this message in particular works best when you don't try to sell, but you try to get them into an opportunity for you to sell. So, let me clarify that. When I say opportunity to sell, what I refer to is either like a sales page on your website, or in this case, the goal is to get them on a phone call. The phone call, that's your enrollment process. Its job is to make the sale. Its job is to close, right? The job of the marketing tactic is not to close the sale, but to get them into that conversation. So keep it very friendly. Do not try to sell them because they'll ignore you. It's going to feel slimy. It's going to feel salesy. They're going to ignore you. Instead, be very friendly and just trying to get them on the phone. And I will also say that a non-specific message such as, hey, I just want to get to know you better, let's jump on the phone. Those types of messages are great for getting people on phone calls. But since you're not being very transparent about you wanting to get a client, those leads aren't very qualified. So you get a lot of phone calls, but it's a lot of work to convert them into clients because they're still cold leads, versus a more transparent message such as, hey, I looked at your profile. I thought you might be interested in my services. I think I can help you get X result. Do you want to jump on the phone and learn more about each other? See, that's still friendly. It's still non-confrontational, but it's also being clear that you have a service to sell, and that's why you're talking to them. So that's going to result in less phone calls, but more qualified leads. So here's the trade-off. You have to strike a balance. I'm not saying one way is worse than the other. You have to strike a balance between the two, and you have to be true to your intentions. If you say, I just want to get on the phone to get to know you, then you better be getting on the phone just to get to know them and to build a relationship. Because if you get on the phone with the intention to sell them, they're going to get off the phone very quickly, and you're not going to get a client, right? Your intentions have to match your message here. So, my kind of suggestion is, if you have no clients, zero, zilch, maybe lean towards the non-specific, get more phone calls so that you can practice getting your enrollment and so you can get your name out there and you have more opportunities to sell. If you've got clients and you're not desperate for clients, go for the more specific, more transparent approach, because then you're only getting on the phone with people who are truly interested, and that just saves you time. It just, you're not going to be on the phone with people who don't really care. Okay, so let's review. We targeted our ideal clients using the search functions and the filters. We connected with them just by pushing that connect button, and now we've engaged them. Now it's time to enroll them into your services. And this part is actually up to you. The whole goal was to get them onto the phone, right? So LinkedIn's done its job. LinkedIn's whole purpose is to get you on the phone with a potential client. Now, this becomes part of your normal enrollment process, right? And I will say the best approaches that I've seen and that I've used and my clients have used when enrolling people at this point is to be more concerned with building a relationship than you are with making the sale. When you approach it from an angle of, I want to get to know you, I want to build a relationship, and I want to help solve your problems, you have a lot more success than if you just get on the phone and you talk about your services until you're blue in the face. They're going to get bored. They're not going to care, right? Be concerned with them, ask them questions, find out what they need, and then show them how your services can help them get what they want. And that's the key. That is the key to successful enrollment here. And then after that, that's the process. You just repeat as often as you need to of the target, connect, engage, enroll. Repeat that process over and over and over again. And that's a basic approach to LinkedIn that works. That's going to get you clients, right? Now, you may have tried just updating your status, updating your profile. Those things are basic things that everybody does. And quite honestly, if you look at the statistics of how many people are actually engaging with posts on their LinkedIn timeline, it's sad. Like, they don't really engage there. So by doing it this way, you are getting their attention and you're not wasting your time on status updates. Your profile is important. Your status, I could take it or leave it. If you don't want to mess with the status, don't mess with it at first. I mean, when you're ready to take LinkedIn to that next level where you're using it for brand awareness and you're using it as thought leadership, using their publishing tools, then it's time to really worry about what are you posting in your status. Right now, as long as you're posting every once in a while, you don't really need to worry about it because you're engaging with people through the messaging, not through your status. Okay, so before we dive into the profile, because I do want to give you tips on how to get your profile to a point that it's actually helping you land clients. And there's 3 things that we want to look at. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about, if you want to learn more about this strategy and you want to learn how I can help you do this on a much larger scale and get clients delivered directly to your inbox, so you wake up every morning with hot leads, freshly delivered, then I want to offer you a free strategy session. And if that's something you're interested in, this is a non-pressure phone call. We'll just get on the phone and talk about what you want. We'll talk about how the service works, and we'll talk about how it can help you get clients, clarify any questions that you have. If that's something you want to do, there's a link to sign up on my calendar in the description of this video. Just click on that and go straight to my calendar and sign up. Or if you prefer, you can go to my website, which is brightworkspr.com, click on free session and follow the instructions, and you can sign up on my calendar. You go ahead and do that right now if you're interested in that, because spaces are limited. They tend to fill up quickly. And so I don't want you to wait, because you might have to wait a couple months if you do hesitate, because people sign up and they do get booked out fairly far in advance. This is, remember, on YouTube, so you could always pause it and come back. So take some time, sign up, and then come back and finish up. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about your profile really quickly. So this is my profile, you can see. And really what you want to do with your profile is you want everything to be filled out, right? You want to completely fill out your work history, your skills, get recommendations, everything that LinkedIn prompts you to fill out. Go ahead and fill it out. And what's funny is, even when you have it all the way filled out, like I've done it several times, you see here at the bottom, it's still suggesting, hey, Craig, why don't you strengthen your profile? And I have done this like 5 or 6 times. So I think when you get to the point where everything's filled out, LinkedIn just keeps reminding you of something you could do extra. But just make sure you get everything filled out until it tells you you've got an all-star profile. That way you know that it's robust, and people, when they come, they're not going to be surprised. But there's 3 things I want to point out to you, and they're all right here at the top. The 3 things I want to talk to you about are your photo, your headline, and your summary. Okay, so let's start with the photo. So be sure and choose a professional headshot for your photo, right? This is not Facebook or Twitter, and it's LinkedIn. What sets it apart is it has a professional flair. So when people see very, very casual photos or personal photos or photos with more than one person in it, they actually don't like it and they have a really bad response to it. So you want to make sure, just look at my profile picture here. It's you want about, about where it's at on me is about just below my chest, or you want it from, maybe mid chest to the top of your head so that they can really see your face, and just keep it professional. Don't have more than one person in it. Don't do anything that goes against your professional brand. Don't have a scowl or a grumpy look, and don't have a pixelated or old photo. Do update your photo yearly. Do make sure you have a high-res photo there. Do look professional and or match your brand. So, we talk about rules, but if your brand is more casual, then maybe your photo needs to be a little bit more casual. Just match your brand. Don't put a personal photo up there, put a professional photo, and if your brand happens to be casual, then that's okay. And then do show your face. The importance of this is astronomical, because those who have a photo actually get about 14 times the profile views. It is the most basic and the most important part of your profile. It is the first thing people are looking for. If you do not have a photo, this is not going to work for you. No matter how you use that strategy we just talked about, if you don't have a photo, it's not going to work. Okay, so make sure you get that professional photo in there. Now, you can see the new interface allows you to put a background photo too. I am on the fence about that. I don't use one, mostly because I haven't taken the time to put one up there, and I kill it on LinkedIn. Like, the LinkedIn is one of my strongest lead generation tools, and it's what I personally use, and I don't have a background photo. I think it's a good idea, but I think it needs to match your brand. So if you're going to do a background photo, go for it. Make sure it's different from your profile picture, and just make sure it complements the whole feel of your page and the whole feel of your brand. But it's not essential. You can still do very well on LinkedIn and not have that. But I should probably do it, and you should probably do it too. But it's not something that you have to do today. You do have to do this profile photo today, and you do have to do these other elements we're going to talk about. Okay, so the second one is your headline. Now, typically, so you see I've got my photo, and then it's got my name, and then underneath that is what we call the headline. Typically, people put their job title here, Director of Communications or VP of Sales or whatever it is that your title is. Typically, that's what people put there. I think that is a waste of real estate, because when people do a search on LinkedIn and they find you, the only things they see are your picture, your name, and your headline, right? So again, highlighting the importance of your photo as well. But that headline is prime real estate. If they don't ever click on your profile, what is it that you want them to know about you? Do you really want them to know that you're CEO of your own company? Because I don't think that's that important, personally. What I think is important is what you can do for them. So you can see mine here. It says, I help you take #action, which is a branding choice on my end. If you follow me anywhere else, I'm always talking about fast, focus, imperfect action. So in my branding, I talk about the difference between normal action and #action is that fast, focus, and imperfect element. So that's a branding choice on my side, but I help you take action to land more clients. Okay, so when you see that, if you saw nothing else, it tells you exactly what my branded differentiator is, and it tells you exactly why you'd want to work with me. You're going to land more clients. So if nothing else, if they've got, let's say they did a search for like business coach St. Louis, and I popped up and like 5 other people popped up, and everyone else has the headline business coach, and I have the headline, I help you take action to land more clients. That's going to appeal to a certain type of person. They're going to click on it more often on me than they are on any other person. So I want you to use this headline in the similar fashion I did. Keep it short, and here's your formula. Just put, I help you blank. Fill in that blank. I help you do what? Because the people that stumble across you, they're going to want to know what you help them do. So that's my tip for the headline here. Not just your job title. That's boring. Whoops. Of course that would happen here. Where are we at? Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, so that's boring. What we want to do is we want to make it results oriented. So then underneath your headline, this is going to auto populate. You don't change this. It does it for you based on the information you put in the rest of your profile. But it's got the company I work for. That's the company I own. Has where I went to school. Has where I live, and it has how many connections I have. And just for your information, it doesn't go over 500. So when someone has 500 plus, they could have 500, or they could have 5,000. They could have 30,000. You don't know. But that's just FYI. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk to you about here is this summary. And what you're going to notice here is that there's 2 lines of the summary that are visible, and then you have to click this See More button. And I'll go ahead and click it, and you'll see here, this is my full summary. But what I want you to realize is that this is your opportunity to catch their attention. If you have something boring here, something not relevant to them, they're never going to click See More. So what you really want to have here, just like we have a results-oriented headline, you want a results-oriented marketing message as your first 2 lines. So let's look at mine. And so what I want you to look out for is I'm going to say exactly who I work for, why they would want to work with me, and what it is I do for them, right? And so if this was you and you wanted those things, you're going to be compelled to push See More, right? So let's read it. I work with entrepreneurs who provide creative professional services and are frustrated that their business isn't as successful as they want it to be. I help them land more clients faster than they think possible, so they ... Okay, that is a compelling marketing message. If you self-identify as a person who provides creative professional service and you feel frustrated because your business isn't growing, right? It isn't as successful as you want it to be, then you're going to want more clients and you're going to want to learn more about what I'm talking about. You're going to push that See More button. And then this is the second part of your summary that I want you to embrace, and that is a very clear call to action, right? So here, what I do is I offer a strategy session, and unfortunately in your summary, you can't have hyperlinks. I would love to be able to send people to to my website or to somewhere else, but LinkedIn doesn't let you do that. And you'll see my one complaint about LinkedIn is that everything you do is they make you stay on LinkedIn. So even with like your publishing, which we're not getting into, it's difficult to get people to leave. There are things you can do, but for instance, in the summary, you can't put a hyperlink, so you can't send them to your website. So you've got to kind of rely on them to take action. So have a very clear, very compelling call to action in the second part of your summary, and show them exactly what the next step is to do, right? So I want them to sign up for a strategy session, so I'm sending them to my website to sign up, right? So let's look at that again. Here, I've got a compelling reason for them to click See More and to learn more about me, and then I've got the next step that they have to take. Those are the 3 most important elements for your profile if you want to get clients. So I'm going to bring the screen back here so you can see me. Stop sharing screen. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Hey again. So that's how you can use LinkedIn to land as many clients as you want, right? It's a very simple approach, but it's effective. And that's what I love about it, is that it works. So you can do that on your own, start getting clients in. You can mess around with it and see how you like it. If you're ready to take it to the next level, though, let's talk, because this is what I do every day. I've got my one-on-one coaching, and then I've got the clients in your inbox service, which is just killer. And it's, month after month after month, we can get clients directly in your email inbox, and all you have to do is pick up the phone and land the client. It's awesome. So let me know what you think about that. I'd love to hear your comments. Put them below, and until next time, go take some fast, focused, imperfect action. I believe in you. I got your back. Go make something happen. We'll talk to you later.